I was trying to get this tie, like he could match me. I was trying to get him to wear this tie so he could match me. So this is T the cat. He's he's a little shy. This is a tie that he's wearing, but it's like human size. It's not really made for a cat. Once my channel gets more monetized, I could get him a more official cat tie. I just want to check in with my subscribers. I want to check in with my YouTube. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed so far. It's really meant the world. Wait, where's the camera again? I keep forgetting. I want to assure everyone that if I had the money, I would be at, like, in South Lake Tahoe. I'd be filming, like, all the snow there. But unfortunately, I just don't have the similar budget as I did in previous years. And so, I know that's, like, my most popular content is driving in the snow, walking, like, you know, exploring in the snow. And then my second most popular, actually my most popular content technically is cats, because my most popular video is of a cat that jumped on my car. So T is named after E.T. the film. So when he was a kitten, he had his face look kind of like E.T., I guess, to my parents. So that's his full name, and then we call him T for short. Well, so my most recent idea for my YouTube is to do, I guess, what's called a segment where, like, T is in the video, and then where we either, like, provide an update, or we, like, talk about my experience on YouTube, any, like, advice, not advice, but just, like, tips. I'm in my in the office of my family's office, and I actually don't live here, but it's a great place to film because there's so much space here. I wanted to film more, like, in a different part of this room, but this is the best I could do for now. He's kind of walking across. I don't think I could ever be, like, the kind of influencer that is, like, telling people how to do things. Kind of difficult to explain. I lean more on the side of being the relatable, like, imperfect influencer, I guess you would say. Like, someone who, like, talks about being imperfect more so than being, like, the top of their skill level, and, like, telling the world, like, this is how to be at the top of the skill level, if that makes sense. If I ever do say something how something works on YouTube, I would want to talk more like just like a friend, or just, I don't know, just like, oh, this is what happened for me, instead of being like, hi everyone, like, I have been doing this for many years and I know exactly how YouTube works. It just like goes against the grain of who I am, I think. I talk a little about this in the one book that I've written. It's the only book I've ever written, and it's shorter, but basically I talk about how, like, anyone, no matter who they are, has the ability to, like, channel into something intuitive, and they, like, know, like, they can channel more and more into that, like, what is the purpose of life and what could be their individual purpose, and there's no one else that can really, like, do that for them. And, well, like, there's people that can help them, like, kind of remind them of that. Like, that's what I try to do in my book. But there's no one that's gonna be like, hey, I know exactly what your purpose is. I just think that like helping others should always come from a humble place, and it's always it kind of takes the joy away from something when like it's too like the power dynamic is like the tone of it is like off. But I know that like I'm not explaining it the best, and also I'm guilty of like watching stuff like that, like going to YouTube and like searching like how to like put chains on a car, like snow chains, and maybe like the person has like a tone that sounds like superior and or I mean like condescending. But I want to say I usually try to pick videos where like the person is just more like on a real level, I want to say. And I'm sure there's like research on this, but like media studies in colleges where there's just like different tones now for influencers, for people online in the media, and especially like news anchors. I'm sure there's just like tons of studies on like how they talk. And I didn't have media studies in college, but I kind of wish I did, or like as a double major. Yeah, I just feel like there's different tones in videos nowadays that it almost like branches off of like the traditional like news anchor. Like I don't even know how to impersonate that. Like today in this area of the city there was like this that happened. Now so and so will take it from here and they're like at the scene. It's like very standard, and I just think a lot of, are they just called news anchors or like anchors? They just have a similar way of speaking. And then influencers nowadays like have this whole other subset of like speaking, and it just like astounds me. Like part of me is kind of like envious, like I kind of wish I could just like switch into that character. I want to say if I were to impersonate, it's like you go into a workshop and they're like, hey, like this is gonna change your life today, and this is all about improving ourselves, and it's gonna like change our health, and who's ready to get started. Like I don't really relate to that either. And I think that style of talking is pretty common, not even just in like maybe like TikTok, but also like workshops. I want to say like trainings at like job places. I think we're all like kind of used to that, like being talked to like that. Maybe it's kind of like comforting in a way, because it's like predictable. It's kind of like expected. I just had like this moment where I'm like, what if this whole time like I've been talking like that and I don't even realize it? But I don't think that I am. I feel like it's a sign that that T has just like camped out here during this part of the conversation, because he like was kind of like wandering around the room before, and now he's like, actually, Caitlin, this is like some pretty good topics, so I'm gonna just chill here for a sec. Like as he like put his paws out. Yeah, now I'm like overthinking, because I read somewhere that like when cats do like the Sphinx pose, they have like a stomach ache. Is that true? I think that's it for now. That's all I wanted to say. Wow, that was 20 minutes. Oh my gosh. Well, some of it was like doing logistical stuff. But that's gonna be all for now. And then tomorrow, hopefully T will be here again, and we'll do the next video. T and me to you. Have a great evening, morning, afternoon, whatever, wherever you're at. So Yeah, see you next time. Say goodbye, T. Say goodbye. He says goodbye. Meow.